Hey guys, your boy's back in the house. Welcome to another video narrative. These video narratives are just me talking about whatever comes to mind or that I thought would be worth a video, or just me sharing my thoughts and giving my opinions on things. And I came up with another topic, or found another topic that I thought goes along the lines of what I was saying in my other videos. One of them was how I started YouTube and why I was trying to be so careful when starting out, and also why I didn't join the Splatoon, Gmod, and SFM community, and why I don't consider myself part of the community really whatsoever. So anyway, this really talks about this group called the Professionals. These guys were, I actually first heard of these guys because of, I just knew them from other people, or I just knew them from other sources, and then I heard that they were coming up with a new thing called the Professionals, and when I first heard of that, I knew like nothing about what it was. All I heard was the Professionals, and their picture was like their Inkling or their Octoling characters, excuse me, but that was it. I was like, okay, well, these guys seem pretty cool, and I would like to know what they are doing, if they're going to try something new to share with everybody. And when I just saw the Professionals, I was like, okay, well, that doesn't explain much, but I imagine it's like competitive Splatoon or like competitive Smash Bros, because I know they're pretty good at the games. But it turns out that wasn't what I was anticipating, actually, but rather it was more like talking about drama, or talking about drama within the Splatoon community, at least. I don't know, it, like, when I started to hear more or listen in on like what they were actually doing as a channel, I started losing interest in their content really quickly, because I just don't do drama. I honestly don't understand it, and honestly I think it's really dangerous, so that's why I don't really get myself involved with that, really. But it just, like, recently their channel actually disbanded, or if you go on it, it just says disbanded now, and that's literally all it is. And I was like, when I first heard of that, I'm like, well, that was a shame. I mean, even though I wasn't really into what they were doing, it's like, you know, it didn't work out. But apparently it, like I said before, I think it goes along the lines of what I was saying in my other videos. Like, you just got to be careful with what you're doing online and what you're saying, what you're posting, because it can actually get pretty dangerous at some point. And the way that they were just talking about drama, and that's how they set up their content to be for this channel, I am honestly not surprised that it just went out the way it did. So I guess what happened, like, I don't dig deep into this stuff, again, because I'm just not into it. I'm literally just going off of information that I happen to come across, or they actually give me and the rest of the world by sharing it in videos themselves. So I'm literally going off of information that's not hard to get. It's like literally scraping the surface of whatever the heck it is. But from what I'm getting at so far, sorry. I'm sorry, I stumbled a bit. They were planning on making a new video talking about some person who exposed like some explicit content. I'm not sure what it is, honestly, because I didn't see it, thankfully. Honestly, I don't think I want to see it. But it was like a photo or a video of themselves, I guess, doing something weird, or it's just something that people shouldn't see. And apparently, I have no idea why they did this, but they saved a copy of, or they took that imagery and shared it in a video for some reason. I guess to prove a point, or just to show like how bad it is, but apparently they received a lot of backlash from that, and honestly I don't understand why. Like, if there was something that they don't want to say, or they wouldn't show their friends and family in person, I honestly don't know why they would show it in a video. But apparently, and it's also drama too, like, a lot of people just didn't like it, and unfortunately that's what caused their channel to go down. When I first heard of it, I was thinking, well, I guess it must have been fun for them while it lasted, but honestly, I can't really say I'm surprised that this had to happen the way it was, because, well, it's drama, and it's, you know, I just really can't grasp, like, how they put this kind of stuff and dispersed it in their videos. But, yeah, now I'm only saying this, I'm not saying this to insult them, I'm not saying this to make them feel bad, because honestly I don't think they're terrible people at all. They're the way I see it, they're just human beings that just made a big and stupid mistake that embarrassed them. But honestly, what human being has not embarrassed themselves before? What human being has not made mistakes before? And honestly, like, everybody does that. Nobody is perfect. So honestly, like, in my opinion, like, they're not terrible people at all, but it just goes to show you got to be careful with what you're doing online. And I was saying that a lot in my previous videos that I mentioned earlier, but I didn't have any specific examples, and now I finally do have examples. So it just goes to show that the professionals actually proved my point, or proved my points that I was saying from before. And I have no idea about this person that they were talking about. I don't know who they are. I honestly don't want to know who they are. But, like, if in the case that they put the explicit stuff online and then later on they decide that it was a bad idea, they think it's cringe, they think it's terrible, they think it's embarrassing, and they don't want it online anymore, then they can censor it, they can take it down, they can completely block it off, but it's already online, it's already too late. So the thing is, like, anybody who sees it, or the internet itself, can even archive a copy or archive the original file or whatever it is and continue to disperse it online. So I guess in this case, the professionals took a copy for whatever reason and dispersed it through their videos. Again, like, I just don't know why they would do that, but, like, regardless what the original person thought, it's just again an example that content can spread, or drama can spread like a wildfire, and there's little to nothing that the person can do, or anybody can do, because you're only in control of your actions, your own actions, and, like, you can't really control other people's actions. So that's how the drama spreads, that's how the danger spreads, and it's not even worth doing. The way I see it, this might be a weird analogy if that's the right term, but it's like you're playing hot potato with a live grenade. I don't know why you would do that, but it's like anybody who's, like, joining in, like, they thinking it's cool, or they're thinking whatever, and they're just playing the hot potato with a live grenade. Like, I don't know how obvious it is to them or anybody else who is watching, but to me, it's obviously gonna go off at some time soon. I don't know when, I don't know how, but the way that I was seeing it is that, okay, the professionals are, like, passing around a live grenade potato, and I think I should get out of the blast range before it goes off, because, like, anybody who's involved will get themselves in danger. So apparently, just recently, when that whole fiasco happened, the potato grenade or whatever exploded, and the professionals channel didn't survive the blast. So, and honestly, I would imagine that the creators of the professionals got injured in a, like, not literally, but in a way that, you know, their reputations are hurt, or they feel really bad about the situation or their actions, and maybe people might not see them the way they did anymore. Like, I certainly was like that. I was thinking, like, are these people, like, really into this kind of stuff at first? Like, I'm not them, so I don't know, but it just had me question, like, who exactly I'm dealing with, because if they're into this kind of stuff, or they are getting themselves in danger or whatnot, then it's probably a group that I shouldn't hang around with. But honestly, I don't think they're terrible people at all, and I do think that they should take responsibility for it and learn from their actions, which I think they are doing. They, like, apologized, and it seems like that they're understanding, like, what their actions, or the consequences of their actions, and why it was a dumb mistake. And I honestly do pray that things go better for each and every one of them, because you know, like, who doesn't make mistakes like this, honestly? I still think that they're pretty okay. It's just you know, when people do, like, crazy stuff like this, it just makes me wonder, like, are they actually who they portray themselves as, like, online, or are, like, behind the scenes, are they just into weird stuff, or are they just getting themselves into danger? And if you're in the blast radius of that potato grenade, you can get yourself in some trouble too. It's like another example. I recently heard about this thing called a loot house. Like, the name is enough for me to think, okay, this is already another recipe for disaster. But it's I don't know what exactly happened. Again, I don't dig into the stuff. I honestly don't think I want to. Just again, the name is enough for me to think, okay, this is not my cup of tea. And on top of that, it has the word house in it. I don't want people mistaking that for the word house because the two are completely different. But yeah, again, it just had me think, like, I thought these people who created it were cool from their other content, but since they created this and apparently not a lot of people liked it and they were getting into trouble, it just had me think for a moment, like, are they actually who they are, like, say they are or portray themselves as, like, cool and like fun people, or are they just into some weird stuff and it's probably not worth spending your time on? But regardless, professionals or whoever created that other thing, I don't think they're bad people. It's just really making dumb mistakes. But seriously, it could have been prevented. That's just what I'm saying. You just gotta be careful. I know I sound like a broken record when I say that because I'm saying it so much. Be careful, be careful, be careful what you're doing online. But I just can't stress it enough because that's just the truth. Like, what else can you do? It's either you, like, you take care of yourself online so you don't end up in the danger that the professionals did, because it sucks that their channel is, I guess, disbanded now. But I don't know. It's like, even though I didn't agree with what they were doing, I honestly did not think it was a good idea. Like, who am I to stop them? I mean, I'm not a part of the professionals whatsoever. So if they want to do that for themselves, then all right, that's fine. But I'm only entitled to my opinion. I couldn't just go in there and just stop them from doing whatever it is that they wanted to do. So it was just really unfortunate that it had to happen the way it did. But yeah, it's just my little example now of like why you got to be careful with what you're doing. Again, I really hope things go for the better for each and every one of them. And not only will they learn from this, I really hope that everybody else can learn from this example as well. That's basically all I have to say for this little narrative. I'm going to keep it really short. How long was this? 12 minutes? 12 and a half minutes? Yeah. So I'll just leave it here. If you really like the video, you can feel free to give it a like. And if you want to hear more about my narratives that come in the future, or if you want to watch my other content that I might put up just for lols, then feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video, whenever that'll be. Until next time, y'all, I am Altus Hoss. Thank you and take care.